Let's make some plant-based clam chowder. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today, by request of my brother Aaron, we are making clam chowder. And it also so happens to be the #2 winner of our recipe vote from last month. So we are going to jump right in. I've got 1 onion that I've diced pretty small, and we're going to get that sauteing first. And we're not going to put any oil in the pan. Just like I always say, you don't need to cook your onions with oil. And if they start sticking just a little bit, all you need to do is add a little bit of water or vegetable broth from this recipe just to deglaze it a little bit and keep it from sticking. So we're going to let these cook just for a few minutes, just to cook some of the rawness out of it, and then we'll get on to our other ingredients. Okay, now we're going to add our celery and garlic. So this is 2 stalks of celery that's diced pretty small, and 1 clove of garlic that's minced. And we're going to do the same here. We're just going to cook that down just for a few minutes, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, now that those are done, we're going to add our other ingredients. So I have a cup of shiitake mushrooms. These are frozen, so they're already sliced. You can also use them fresh. This is going to be in the place of our clams. And we're also going to use some Butler soy curls. This is half a cup of the dry soy curls soaked in a half a cup of vegetable broth. And I've had them soaking for about 20 minutes or so. You want to soak them first before you put them in your soup, because they'll really absorb all of that moisture, and they kind of need to be softened up a little bit before they go into soup. So we're going to get those in there. And these shiitake mushrooms really they feel like what a clam does. They're a little bit chewy, and then the soy curls are more like a meatier chunk. So we're just going to pour all of that in there. And if you can't get soy curls, you could just use more of the shiitake mushrooms. That would work just fine. It'll be just as delicious. Then I have half a teaspoon of thyme and a bay leaf. And then I have half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of dulse. And that's what's going to give us that briny flavor that clam chowder has, because we're not using clam juice, which is what a regular clam chowder calls for. We're going to use this to flavor it like clam chowder. And then I have 3 russet potatoes that I've peeled and cubed. 2 cups of a low sodium vegetable broth. And then 2 cups of an unsweetened soy milk, but you can use whatever plant milk you like. I just really prefer the soy milk because it's got a high protein content, and there's only 2 ingredients. It's just soybeans and water. No fillers or anything like that. And then 1½ teaspoons of a low sodium tamari, and a good amount of cracked pepper. All right, so now we're just going to set this to simmer for about a half an hour, and you cook it as long as you want, according to if you want it a little bit more brothy or a little bit more thick. That's completely up to your preference. I kind of like it somewhere in the middle, so I'll show you that when we're done. Okay guys, it is ready. It is ready like I like it. So come on in and take a look. So now at this point, if you want it to be thicker, you can cook it down a little, or you can just take an immersion blender and just immersion blend just a little bit. You don't want to chew up too much of the potatoes. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit, and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay, let's give this chowder a taste. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it's still so hot. Hope I don't burn myself. Oh, that is delicious. You are gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.